I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Anna Sainsbury. She is co-founder and CEO at GeoComply. Anna, wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me. It's such an amazing place.
Oh, glad to have you here. But before we get started, just a quick note to viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Anna, tell me about the company.
Sure. So at GeoComply, we have been focused on geolocation data over the past 12 years. And what that really means for us is pinpoint accurate geolocation data, but verifying that that data has not been tampered with. So it can be reliable for operators or any of our partners for compliance usage.
Okay, now you have an announcement that just came out today. Tell me about that.
I do. We just signed two minority investors on, both Arctos and Norwest, who share our vision in delivering powerful cybersecurity tools to the financial market.
Okay, now talk to me about this investment. Like, what does this mean?
What does this mean? So over the past year and in 2022, we saw fines for financial services and cryptocurrencies increasing 50%, two of which were over $50 million fines to cryptocurrencies. And a lot of that is centered around AML issues and OFAC violations in terms of financial institutions and cryptocurrencies not being able to ensure that they are verifying who is on the other side of the device when they're interacting with them. And what GeoComply does is we can help them with that conversation by helping them verify where a user is. And that has a tremendous impact. For instance, we saw 16 million VPNs last year, and we stopped 4 million transactions from sanctioned jurisdictions. 3 million of those were from Russia. And so as you have regulators pushing for better solutions, fines are coming out, consumers have lost trust, this is really where we anchor our technology.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like you're definitely addressing a crisis of confidence in the sector. Now, we talk about tackling issues through expanding your Growth Truth geolocation data platform into financial services. What is that?
What is that? So that's just like I was talking about. Now that consumers are frustrated, regulators are frustrated, financial institutions and cryptocurrencies, they want to do the right thing. But what we're finding is so many of the platforms that are being used in the market today have a foundational requirement of using an IP data source. And like I told you, if 16 million of them are using 16 million VPNs are out in the market today, that means you can't actually rely on an IP data source because people are manipulating that regularly. And we can come into the market and give them ground truth, reliable data sources so that they can have better results from their fraud and cybersecurity efforts.
Okay, now one of your largest verticals is the regulated sports betting sector. So are you expecting a busy time as we are running up into the Super Bowl?
It's going to be tremendously busy. So last year, for instance, we had 80 million transactions. We're expecting double this year. This year also, the Super Bowl is going to be at State Farm Stadium, which has been one of the most interactive stadiums in terms of fan engagement. We can track a lot of the bettors that are within that arena. And so we know that this year there's going to be a tremendous amount. And I think for those of you that are in New York, it's also a great opportunity because now sports betting is legal here, and so we're seeing a tremendous amount of New Yorkers. And that's a big achievement for the industry because we worked so hard to bring regulated and safe gaming to the US market, as so many Americans were betting offshore before. And now in New York, you have 50% tax, which is a great benefit to the state as well.
All right, well, Anna, wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thanks for having me.